Flores, McKaylee Godin, Michael Coe, Brooklyn Molina, Ann Ewan, Jasmine Sandhu, Tajveer Sandhu, Ethan Siddall, Ranveer Singh, Bella St. Denis, Kiana Tangi, Caleb Trainer, and Christopher Vickers. Finally, teachers, Remembrance Day ceremonies will be going on, and at this time, please send a runner to the office to pick up copies for your class. Also, please stay in your class until you are called down to the theater.
Good morning, Abbey seniors. Tomorrow, we will be having our School Swag Super Sale. We've got everything from hoodies to sweatpants to toques on a massive discount. Prices can be found on the small posters around the school. We want everything gone, so purchase everything your heart or wallet desires. Save the date for November 9th. We'll be waiting for you at lunch in the rotunda. See you there, Panthers.
Now back to learning.
Not quite back to learning. Who's going to the office? 28 poppies. Go. Those are the first two answers. You should be marking your work. All right. I drew them because, of course, everybody has trouble drawing. I don't know why, but that's what they are. The rest of the answer I'm going to get from you people. So, let's rock. Who's giving me A? Hit me, Thomas. 4x squared minus 16. Nice work. Who's giving me B? No. And I'm glad you said that. Why did you think it was x squared plus 4, Marianne? Because you distribute the 2 into everything. So if I gave you this, 3x squared, what would it be? 9x squared, because you distribute the 2 to everything. What do you notice is happening right there? Multiplication, because exponents are all multiplication, aren't they? What's happening right there? Oh. What's the base up here in hot pink? No, in hot pink. What's the base here? 3 and x, right? How do you know it's 3 and x? What is there to make you know that it is 3 and x? Brackets. Brackets group, yes? So what then is the base here? X plus 2. Up here, 3x squared is 3x times 3x, yes? Because there's 2 bases. So what is this? X plus 2 times x plus 2. This is why I put this with the exponents unit. So it is really x squared plus 4x plus 4. How many people got that one right? Sweet. How many people did what Marianne did? Not so sweet, but fixable now, yes? All right. C, who's giving me C? Selena, hit me. X squared plus x minus 6. Well done. Who's giving me D? Brendan, hit me.
X squared plus 2x minus 63.
Oh, you're on fire. Somebody put him out. Who's doing E? Oh, everybody stops at E. X squared plus 13x plus 36. Who's doing F? Ashneet.
X squared minus 6x plus 8.
Woo, doggy. Everybody good? Sweet. Yeah? Because everybody has trouble with drawing. Okay, now, little bit of separating the wheat from the chaff here. That's a saying. You know what it means? Do you?
Like separating like the good people from the bad.
There you go. Thanks, Suhani. Fine work. You get a gummy bear. If you wish. The Gummy Bear Bank. Who's doing A? Wait, I want to pick a good color today. I'm feeling... No, I want something new. I want that green. Who's doing this one? Don't all volunteer at once. It's hard to pick a hand when there's that many up. Brendan.
8x squared minus 6x cubed.
Absolutely correct. Now, of course, as mentioned on the very first page of these notes, that's not the right order, right? But I don't care. Technically, you'd want to write that as negative 6x cubed plus 8x squared. But then some math teachers say they don't like having a negative at the front. So then they do something else to fix that, which I'm not going to show you yet because that's the next lesson. Okay? Who's doing B? Wait, I got to get my mint green pen back. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. That was close. Who's doing B? Sean, hit me. 8x squared minus 2x minus 15. Abso-smurfly correct. Who's doing C? Preston, hit me. Minus 4y squared. Now, D will no longer fool anybody, yes? What is it? Minus 8x plus 16. Mr. Myers, how could you? It's the exact same thing as FOIL, yes? But we can't call it FOIL. Why? Because there's more than a first, outside, inside, and last. So why would I never call it FOIL? Because it is not FOIL. That only works in one case. It is what? The It is the distributive property, Josephine and Agamemnon. Jasleen, just write your name on the board a few times. I know you like doing that. You are always writing your name on my backboard.
That's not me, that's McKenna.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe McKenna wishes she was named Jasleen.
Well, we can call her that.
I can call her Jasleen. So, Natasha, you had your hand up. What is it? What? You're guessing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Negative y cubed plus 6y squared minus 9y plus 2.
Looks good to me. Now, this, of course, Natasha has done this, yes? She's put it in the right order. Because when she did her work, she most likely went in this order. Right? But then put it in the right order. Okay? Everybody understand? But of course, some math teachers don't like a negative there, and then they'd fix it up, which I'm going to show you in a future lesson. Now, bleh. That is, of course, x minus 3, x minus 3, x minus 3. Now, when I'm doing this, like to leave the first one and do that one. Of course, I use the shortcut of x squared minus 6x plus 9. And then I have this exact scenario, right? The x goes all the way through, then the y goes, or then the second term goes all the way through. So that's x cubed minus 6x squared minus 9x minus 3x squared plus 18x minus 27. I have...
Your grade 9 and to the theater now?
I have them stacked so my like terms are there. As the polynomials get bigger and bigger and bigger, you will find this method to be very helpful, rather than doing what you were probably taught in grade 9, which was to write it all out horizontally and then do this type of thing. A box around the squares, a diamond around the x's, right? I am betting a great many of you were shown something like that. I don't like that simply because you people take liberties with mathematical properties in your desire to finish quickly or by the fact that you've been hamstrung by shortcuts. So that's why I like to stack them this way. Then you can't screw it up. So then, of course, the answer is x cubed, because there are no other cubes. Negative 9x squared plus 9x minus 27. Yeah? Yeah. And lastly, even though it was Diwali and I gave you this much homework, as you can see, even with me telling stories, we have only been working on it for something like 9 minutes. And I gave you 15 in class. Just saying. Okay, go. And we'll call it an assignment. You have 4 minutes. Yep, go. I'll even be gracious and I'll bump it to 5 minutes. I know, I get that a lot. Oh, look, 6 minutes is the timer that's on there. I'll give you 6 minutes. What do you mean by you didn't completely simplify it? Today, nothing. 9x squared plus 12x plus 4. This one I don't do very well in my head, so I'm going to actually write it out. Yeah. Everything's out of 1 because there is no math concept there that you need to know except distribution. What do you mean, what about the last one? It's just distribution. It's just that. You just have to do it thrice instead of twice. That's what I just said. It's an assignment. And it's out of, if I'm not mistaken, 10.
What?
Oh, I lie. 2, 4, 6. Oh, 8. There they are. I knew there was more. Sorry. Sorry about that, everyone. Sorry.
What's going on?
Oops. Eight. So it's out of, I am sorry, it goes 2, 4, 6, 8.
Can you go back down to the bottom?
I am.
Mercy.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, you people have 2 marks to report to me, yes? Yeah. A quiz out of 12?
Is that 32x3 or
32x cubed y8, yes. I don't think aqua is a very good shade. It looks good on Sophie's nails, but I don't think it looks so hot on the on here. Huh? Yeah, everybody keeps saying orange. I don't think. No offense, Sophie, of course. Of course. It just doesn't work. It looks good on here, but it doesn't work through the whole thing. Everybody good? How far?
Yeah, for
Bob is one of my favorite palindromes. I'm doing the crossword I'm doing right now. Every across clue is backwards, but they all make words. Okay, so for example, the first clue that I noticed this on was blank gay, which is the Enola Gay, which was the first plane to drop an atomic bomb. Okay? So on the crossword, there's 5 boxes, yes? And I wrote Enola. But as I was going through the crossword, I was like, damn it, none of these clues are working because the downs aren't working. And then I noticed that I needed to write not Enola, I needed to write alone, because Enola backwards is alone. And every across clue, I have to write it backwards, but it makes a different word going forwards. It's a badass crossword. I'm having a lot of trouble with it. Who is? The crossword lady? Actually, I think this was a dude. This was made by... Oh, no, it was a dude and a lady. Patrick Blindauer and Andrea Carla Michaels. You know she's snooty because she writes all 3 of her names. I'm just kidding. That doesn't make you snooty. What? Because my pink shoes blew up yesterday when I was trying to make a J with my body when I was trying to spell out Gunika Bajaj. I'm aware of that. I know she's doing Remembrance Day stuff. So yes, I'm debating taking my pink shoes and getting a bunch of shoe glue and putting them back together because they're in great shape except for that.
what are you wearing right now?
Gray Converse that I bought in Turkey. Gobble gobble. Not really. I told you guys a story about these shoes. How the guy followed me down the street yelling at me.
No. What?
You always tell the other customers and think you told it to us.
If you've been to many other countries in the world, it is not like here. Everybody who sells stuff in other countries in the world, except North America, are like the people that run the kiosks in the mall. When you walk by, they yap at you. Right? That's what the markets are like everywhere else in the world. So I was walking down the street in some town in Turkey. I can't remember the name. And this guy starts yelling at me because I was wearing Converse. He starts yelling at me in what I can only assume to be Turkish. I ignore him like I ignore all shopkeepers unless I want to purchase something from their shop, which is how shopping should work. They have to advertise, and you choose whether or not to become a patron of their shop. So I kept walking. But because, as you all know, well, as you should all know, I don't know if you actually all know this, Turkey is the crossroads of the entire other landmass of our world. Like our landmass is North America and South America, and then there's the African landmass, and then there's Europe and Asia, and Turkey is the crossroads of all of it. So, and it has historically been so. So the people in Turkey often speak many languages. So I was walking down the street, and he's yapping at me in Turkish, and I'm ignoring him. And then I hear, same voice, and he starts yapping at me in Greek. I don't know Greek very well, but I know the odd word. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, because Turkey's right beside Greece. I keep walking. Then he starts yapping at me in Italian, of which I know quite a bit. I'm like, man, this guy's really persistent. Then he starts yapping at me in French, which, although Catherine thinks I'm trash at, I knew every single word the dude was saying because he was speaking in pretty simple French. Because he was not indeed Francophone, he was Turkish. But he knew enough French to say, hey dude, come back to my store and buy some shoes. And I was like, I don't want to buy shoes. And then, when I continued to walk, he switched to English. And I was like, man, this guy's done his homework. And I went back to the guy's store to find out why I was the person that he was targeting so much, because the street was indeed crowded with many other people shopping. I was wearing Converse, and in his back room, he had which I can only assume was a stash of fairly illegal and or knockoff Converse, because they weren't out on full display. He had them for sale, and I was like, oh, I like those ones. And so then we started haggling for price, and I got myself some Converse. Now, they are indeed knockoffs because of a few things. One, they do not have the regulation amount of eyelets. There should be 8, and as you can see, 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, the patch is not the plastic glued on one, nor is it the raised up one. It is a piece of fabric stitched on. 3, the sole, as you can see, is clear with a big star underneath it. That's actually why I bought them, even though I knew they were knockoffs, because real ones don't have a cool sole like that. That's the story of the shoes. Back to math. How did we get from math to the crossword to the shoes? I would like to rewind this recording and find out. No, that doesn't explain how the crossword came up. Bob's my favorite palindrome. What? Bob is a name. Those guys said Bob is the same backwards and forwards, and I said that it was one of my favorite palindromes. His palindromes spell the same backwards and forwards. Like Abel was I ere I saw Elba. Taco Cat is a good one. There is a restaurant in Houston called Taco Cat. Race car works as well. Huh? Kayak. All right. 9:54. Let us move along, cabbages. Oh, right. No, I got to get some marks from you. Yeah. What's the next thing? Do I feel like getting marks now, or do I feel like moving on? Oh, I don't want to do that lesson today. I'm getting marks.